The music and the performance and the fashion are one. I don't separate my art from my life. It is one whole thing.
Hi, Patrick.
Hi, Tom.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Patrick. And this is Chewing on Pearls, the show where we dissect and decipher Lady Gaga's chameleonic career and its impact one pearl at a time.
So we're back. We know you've missed us.
Honestly. Yeah. No, there have been DMs.
There have been DMs. Where have you been? We were on vacation.
Yeah, we took a little vacation. We've also been hard at work planning our upcoming... I almost said private party.
It's not private. Get a ticket.
Yeah, no, get a ticket. Our upcoming party at Color Club on August 16th. It's going to be the party of the millennium. So if you're in Chicago, you better be there. And if you're not in Chicago, you better figure out how you're going to get your ass to Chicago for August 16th.
Yes, we're celebrating 17 years of the fame, Gaga's debut album, the electronic glamophonic masterpiece that is.
That's still charting?
That's still charting. And it's just going to be so much fun. I mean, we'll get into it because Gaga did pull out some fame tracks for the Mayhem Ball.
Yes.
So that's even more reason to come through. But
Which is why we are back on the mic.
Yeah. So Lady Gaga kicked off the first show of the Mayhem Ball tour in Las Vegas, Nevada on July 16th at the T-Mobile Arena. The show marks the first arena show in support of Mayhem following her Art of Personal Chaos promotional shows earlier this year, which we've talked about in previous episodes. So let's get into it.
We're going to kind of break down the show act by act, give our takes. To start, we both kind of knew that this arena version of the Art of Personal Chaos would exist. There were people out there thinking it's going to be a vastly different show in a vastly different world.
Totally.
You know, so much care and thought and love went into building
and money, honey,
into building that world. It was like, why would they not adapt it for the arena's tour?
And it's like always exciting when Gaga has a new project, especially when it involves a live, like a tour. I mean, this has always been what it's been as Little Monsters. It's like, you know, people waiting online, refreshing, trying to see what the stage is going to look like, what's going on in the arena when you first arrive. And the set was the facade of the opera house that we saw in the Art of Personal Chaos. And immediately people were, you know, dragging her online, being like, she's giving us the exact same show. How could people pay this much money for this? Blah, blah, blah.
Which, mind you, even if it was the exact same show, what? I'm sorry. You have a problem with perfection?
It's not worth it to you?
It's literally pop perfection.
Yeah. And also, like, not to be that girl, but like, I knew things were going to be different just because the set for the Coachella, Gaga Cabana, all of that stuff was pretty short. Like, it was like a 90, 100-minute show.
Yeah.
And I was like, if she's headlining with no openers, it's going to be at least 2 hours. Like, something has to be changed or added. So it's common sense. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then people were posting the screen from the beginning of the show, which was what they were calling the Voices of Mayhem, which was very funny.
Yeah, it harkens back to, you know, Gaga being at the cutting edge of technology throughout her career, where it's like fans interact in a way that they never have before. And it's like, scan this QR code and send your message to be shown up on the screen.
Yes,
it's like not revolutionary at all.
Yes.
But of course,
it's funny because we talked about it for the her Barney's collab.
Yes,
kind of
totally.
Had that exact
I immediately,
same,
it's so funny. When opening night was happening, I was at work. I wasn't really paying attention. And I like opened my phone to like check and see if she had like hit the stage or anything.
Yeah.
And the first freaking thing I see is like some god awful, disgusting, horny, nasty message that some depraved homosexual sent, and they put it up on the screen.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, is this like fake? And I looked and it's like, no, it's real. And I was like, so was there no like moderation?
Right.
And then I saw the video of like the little interns on the laptops like moderating. So I'm like, someone actively was like, we're putting that up there.
Right,
That's funny.
Right. And like also political stuff in a time when Gaga has been notably kind of politically quiet. Free Palestine, fuck Trump, fuck ICE, that kind of stuff showing up on the screen and people being like, is this like the venues, texts being like, this is worth it? Is this someone on her team? Like, what's going on? But just very interesting and very silly and very funny. And we'll have to think of something clever when we go to the Mayhem Ball in September to send in
literally just a link to the podcast.
Literally. Hi, Chewing on
Pearls here. Yeah. Hi, I'm Tom. I'm Patrick.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, the whole fucking intro.
And I guess we kind of skipped over that because the show is in Vegas, the Museum of Gaga, which showcases her looks, was updated next to her. What is that theater called? What is that casino?
Park MGM.
The Park MGM with some Mayhem era looks.
Yeah, the iconic Brazilian flag rendition of her opening ensemble.
Yeah,
and then the Mayhem, Mistress of Mayhem Abracadabra looks.
Yes, would love to see those in person. Yeah. So if you got to.
And also with the pre-show, so the facade of the Opera House is similar but different.
Yes.
Obviously in scale, but some of the reliefs and carvings are different. And there is a video that plays of Gaga in this like Elizabethan punk studded mutton sleeve dress with a big ass red quill, and she's writing.
Yeah. And I think that goes on for a while.
Yeah.
Before she goes on stage, from what I understand. And I guess that also does call to attention that what's different is that there's this giant screen above the Opera House facade that's like the entire width,
right?
As opposed to screens being on either side of the stage, which we're kind of used to seeing, which when I saw it kind of cued me into like, oh, there will be new visuals playing there. Yeah. And the opening to the backstage area is also a screen. Like the opening of the Opera House.
Yes.
What is that called? I'm not
the
a theater
stage?
girl. Just like the like portal.
Oh, the proscenium.
Yeah.
But yes, the portal.
Yeah. And so all very exciting.
Also part of the pre-show, when the show begins, there's an original opera piece that's performed by Gaga.
Yeah. And the little dancer who's dressed as Mistress of Mayhem is like wilding out on the stage.
Yeah. Shout out to whoever that little diva is that Gaga is using as her body double.
I know, she's so cute and she's so young.
Yeah.
But like, I know why they chose her.
Yeah.
Like when she takes the mask off,
she's like
at
little,
the end,
little freaky girl.
You see like her features are...
It just makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, let's get into it. So the first act of Velvet and Vice is largely the same as what we saw in The Art of Personal Chaos. However, she's wearing that Marcel wave bob instead of her little baby bang bob.
Yes, which I loved. It's very glam. It's very Vegas.
Yeah.
It felt cute and fun and fresh, and it is the same wig that she's wearing in the interlude that plays before, or the visual that plays before with her with the quill.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay. Yes, this is the iconic opening with the red opera curtain dress.
Totally.
And, opening with Bloody Mary, still a gag, that whole situation, but it's the new, like, version of that look.
Yeah, just like, oh, they switched out the wig.
Yeah.
Gaga, and I think one of my big takeaways seeing this from online was, oh, right, this is an arena tour, and how much bigger that opening look with like the cage of dancers beneath her seemed in that space to me.
Yeah.
Just because we were used to seeing either the live stream from Coachella, which was like a movie, or like fan clips from these festivals where it's like kind of in the distance and she's like a little blip.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think she wasn't lying when she said we're doing arenas because it'll feel like theater, like it'll feel intimate.
I mean, it's going to feel crazy when we see this.
Yes, it'll be insane. Smaller crowds. Yeah. And then, I was watching a live stream on TikTok while this was happening, and I was like, cute. I love the art of personal chaos. It even says it on the screen before it starts, the art of personal chaos. You know, like she didn't name it something different necessarily. And we knew that she was going to do Abracadabra into Judas and then into Shiza, but without taking a beat, she like does a verse of Aura, a verse and a chorus of Aura from Art Pop.
Which is insane.
And I love all the videos. We'll have to find one and include it in the carousel of like fans in the crowd not realizing what was happening for a second.
Like realizing in real time.
Yeah, she does like one line of that verse of Aura, and then the second line you can't even hear because people are just like
you hear like
crying.
Enigma pop star is
and people are like, yes, exactly. And I just really enjoyed seeing her do movement to that song because we haven't seen it.
And the
so
choreo
long.
is whack.
It's really funny. Like
it's
her
so
with
good.
like
It's
steering
so
wheel
good.
kind of vibe.
The updated choreo for all of the hits.
Yes.
I mean,
it doesn't take away from the essence of the previous choreo.
Yes.
But still feels like fresh and new. The reason it's so notable is because Gaga hasn't really performed songs from Art Pop in a long time, except for Applause.
Right.
In like recent tours.
Right.
So it gagged people.
Yeah. And I feel like it's her paying attention because I feel like fans with their speculation and, you know, people have been like, what do you want to see? What would you add?
Right.
And people are talking about like that kind of sonic connection between Abracadabra, Judas, Aura, Shiza, like that whole world. Like it just fits in so seamlessly.
Totally. It was like,
it's like a wink that she's
such
like,
a gag.
I'm paying attention.
I know. And it's funny because I was just kind of online refreshing or whatever, and I didn't see that happening on a live stream. Like the live stream ended and I was like, okay, whatever. And people were like, oh, like, don't get your hopes up. It was just an interlude, like an instrumental. And I was like, where were you? Because then I saw a clip of Gaga fully singing that song. So I was like, I guess Art Pop
also
is
so
alive and well.
classic Little Monster to be like, don't get your hopes up. It's
I
like,
know. I know. I don't know why they're
you
so
know,
mean
that's
to her.
the disease that she's singing about.
Cure your disease where you think that I am not an icon.
Right. Fuck off.
Right.
God.
And then I guess end of Act 1 is Garden of Eden and Poker Face, as we saw in The Art of Personal Chaos.
Yeah. With the chessboard being on the runway.
Yeah.
I saw a really funny, cute clip that's like Gaga's supposed to like stomp back to the stage, and every time she like stomps on the tile, it changes color. But the tiles are so big and her legs are so small. She like you can see every fiber of her being trying to reach the fucking when she's like marching, and it's like she's barely, and the like screen is changing, and it's like her little 5'2" ass is like bam.
So funny.
Yeah.
So funny. I just love that I think like the chessboard element of it, and we talked about this with Livia, our previous guest,
which
the queen
shout
of it all.
out our sister Livia. Not only was she at the opening night of the Mayhem Ball, she was there on assignment.
Crazy.
So stay tuned because whatever she's about to drop is going to be cuckoo bananas crazy.
She knows things.
And that's our girl.
Yeah. Sister of the pod.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, of course, Garden of Eden, Poker Face, iconic. There was a new kind of interlude. I don't want to call it an interlude. New visual playing on the screen where the Gaga that is on the ground that she defeated in the chess dance off, her mask is revealed and it's Lady Gaga's face instead of...
Who would have thunk?
Yeah, just so perfect. If you didn't catch it before...
Yeah, if it wasn't clear...
I'm fighting myself, bitch. She like makes that very clear at the front. And it's like not a previous version of herself necessarily. It's like Gaga now.
Yeah,
in
it's
that
like
look.
literally her. Yeah,
it's cute and fun.
You know, she was in a meeting where she was like, is there a way where I can disappear and then reappear live on stage? And they pull the mask off and they're like, girl, we can play a video.
Yeah,
like, there is no way we can whip you around. And like, there's not enough time.
Yeah.
We can't bend like
I wish
physics and space.
Yeah. I wish she Here's an idea. I wish she like took the crown off of that bitch and put it on before the next act in her like little black lingerie look, and it cut to black.
Which for some reason the black lingerie look with the Marcel, it's like it felt like a whole different.
That felt like a different look. Yeah,
even though it wasn't.
I think because it's like smaller in scale than the red look, it made the hair more.
Yeah,
prominent.
and the veil in there too. Like I don't know,
very different.
It's just it read different.
Totally.
And then, then the show keeps rolling on how we have come to know and love it with Act 2. And she fell into a gothic dream. The sand pit is back.
Yeah.
We get to see it more with the LED screen of it all above while they're in there. Perfect Celebrity, Disease, Paparazzi happens in the same way, but they do the full song. And there's a really beautiful moment where, you know, her dress, the cape that's attached to the armor is lit in rainbow colors. And it's very beautiful and captivating.
The theater element, that intimate element, I love that you can see where the fabric is attached. Like at the back of the stage, you can see like the rail that it's attached to, which like kind of gives this vibe of like she's also like caught. Yeah, and I like that that kind of imagery as well.
Also, new look. Yeah, a little bit more of a I don't know. It feels informed by the Charlie XCX of it all, but like long, short little skirt with a long flowy piece of fabric.
It's like for me, the vibe was very similar to what she wore before.
Yes, for sure.
It almost felt more soft to me.
It's softer, a little bit more inspired by like classicism, like the classics. Yeah. She is the relief. She is the, but like movement wise, I think it was a smart choice to have those longer pieces on the bodysuit and skirt for her to like play with and for her to look a little bit more dynamic.
Yeah. And I think it's silly like her doing the full song, like doing that bridge in that like serious way where she's like, real good, we're dancing. You know, like, it just like doesn't like it's just
on the radio,
right? It's just so we're plastic and we still have fun. Like what? Like it's just so it like kind of changes the.
There's a couple moments throughout the show. We'll get into that bonkers act that's coming down the pike.
Yes, and then she added Love Game,
which fuck me.
She has performed Love Game on every tour, and like if she didn't, I'd be gagged.
Well, and it's like. You know, Love Game is one of those songs that I think we take for granted that like that shit was on the radio.
Yeah. There are people who are not monsters who are like, Love Game is my song.
But like just even thinking about like now I know we're used to like the radio, like you can say whatever you want, like whatever. But like at the time, wild.
Freaky girl
shit.
Yeah, and I love that it's like a grind train up there. They're just being a little slutty.
When they did that, I was like, Tom is living. Yes. Tom is living for this. I was just
like, wow, we went from paparazzi to this. The serious moment.
And she looks so, like, there's just something. There have been a couple moments that people have been posting where it's like, you could tell me that this is 2009 and I would believe you. Totally. Like 2009, 2010.
Totally.
Like, yeah.
There's an alignment with what's going on in her head, in her performance, like the way she's moving, like it's all
the hair is so good too,
long blonde.
People keep posting that her at H&M for Art Pop with like the bang and the frizzy curl,
and then she did Alejandro and the Beast
and the full version of the Beast, and she fucking rocks out on the guitar. They put on a cape thing that is evocative of like the abracadabra lace cape, if it isn't
it could
or
be
a version of it. And she fucking rocks out with Tim Stewart.
It felt like those two songs felt more, I guess like rock and roll or just like I'm a superstar and less like part of the narrative.
It was like rock arena moment.
Right. Yeah. Instead of like fitting it into the like, this is what's happening after the paparazzi part of the story where she's coming out of the sandbox and the armor and she's being like, it's like, we're just enjoying some music now.
She's like, this is for the dads in the audience.
Yes, totally.
Thanks for bringing you a gay kid.
Totally. Speaking of which, both of her parents went to the show and they were there enjoying Gaga's performance.
Cynthia's boyfriend was not present.
Stop. Gaga's going to be like can't.
Can't.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, Gaga, if you're listening, he didn't mean it. Cynthia, we know you're listening. She's a fan.
Cynthia, I'm not gonna blow up your spot, girl.
Yeah, they were there, and fans were like, I guess there was a fan who had asked Cynthia in the lobby of like wherever they were staying, like, can you tell us anything about the set list? And Cynthia said, no, but you're going to be very happy, very pleased. So she knew.
She knew.
She knew. She said, you're getting Aura, Love Game, and some more. Act 3, The Beautiful Nightmare That Knows Her Name. This shit gagged me.
This shit
gagged
is
me.
where I locked in.
Yes. I was on a live stream and I'm like, okay, it's dark, whatever. And then for the lights to come on when she says Killa, and there's a giant ass skull on the stage. I was like, where did that come from?
Well, so that skull, inflatable.
Really?
Yes.
It looks like
it's stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really well done.
Immediately I was like, we're back.
Yes.
It made me think of the pregnant body that comes out of for Born This Way, for Born This Way Ball. The giant anglerfish for the Fame Monster.
Yeah.
I'm like, we've got a giant prop. We're back in the world of theater, puppetry, weird shit.
And it was a gag.
It was so good.
And I think
she heard us bitching and moaning about those fucking Party City skeletons. And she said, hold your horses.
Yeah, we'll get a balloon version. Honestly, it's like the scale of it shook me because it was like as tall as the like facade.
It was massive.
It's like so it was so shocking. And she's wearing this new look that is like Elizabethan meets 2010. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just perfect.
I was like, she could start singing So Happy I Could Die right then and there.
And what's so insane about it is that it looks like one garment, and then as this act continues, you realize that it's pieces.
It's pieces.
And there's like these like, I'm sure they're not pleather, but they look like pleather, like flowers,
floral things. There's a headpiece,
it's
crown.
Like a tool.
It's almost like a riff on like a bonnet.
Yeah. So good.
So good.
Dare I say, I feel this look and this staging did better justice to Killa for me than it did in the original show.
Agreed.
And that's how you know that she is like paying attention to her own, watching her stuff back and being like, this isn't working as well.
This didn't read. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I will say the changes that they made to this act, right and tight. She was locked in.
Mm-hmm.
This was like the pop bitch moment of the like. This is where you came to see Lady Gaga.
Right.
Like, and Killa. I mean, we love that song.
Yes.
So much.
Oh
and it got the attention and the treatment that it deserved. Her scream, they make her face a skull on the LED. Like, it's just
so good.
It just makes so much sense visually, sonically. It's like the people that are like, oh, I don't get why the Mayhem visuals are so ooky spooky. It's like, girl, this is why. Like, this is what she was thinking about in the world of these gothic dreams and all this shit that she's been talking about. It's like, this is
I think this is
her
just
bringing
like
it to life.
Where her, like, to be honest, you could say art pop's colorful though, and Joanne is like pink and jean shorts, but like this is the place where all of her art comes from.
Right.
It's always been this kind of like doom.
Yeah.
You know, like even the Fame to an extent has this like edge of like uncertainty or like darkness to it amidst all of the like camp and silly fun and
or like predetermined destiny that like you will this will kill you
and I think that's very well said. And I think at this stage in her career she's like, I don't necessarily need to like reinvent the wheel. I'm just going to like refine the thing that like the images and the concepts that have always been the root.
And because these images and these concepts have always been the root, I love that they're paired with a song like Killa that is so funk informed, Bowie, Prince, that because it's like that is the music that has actually always been the through line.
Right.
Her entire career. though people are like, I want Bad Romance, I want dark synth industrial pop goth. It's like, no, the actual core of her musical identity is like
funk,
like
pop rock,
electro funk pop rock.
Yeah, exactly. And like even like soul. Yeah.
It's like that is the through line.
It's
so it just makes sense. The marriage of those.
Good.
Yeah.
And I love that it like feels in this look and in this staging, it feels more sinister.
Yeah.
And so it feels like it fits
She's
more
got
into
the
the
crown,
narrative.
the black crown, the weird collar thing that I'm like, it's a bonnet. It's
I just
not.
think it fits the story better. And she walks backstage and there's a staircase and she walks to the top of it. And she's like, we about to be up all night. It's just so funny to me. Like with all the love in the world, I say this, but it's just so funny because it's this like intense moment. Her face is a skull and then she's up there being like, oh, I want to suck a zombie's dick. You know, like just so silly and camp. It's camp and so serious too, you know. But
and then we get motherfucking Love Drug.
And all the dancers go away.
As they should.
And she's just walking.
But that's me listening to that
that's
song.
That's the thing. I love that they were like, we know the fans love this song and like it's like really popular, like become popular, and we're gonna include it. And some might say, oh, they included it and they like took choreo away because they included it in the last 2 months or whatever. And I'm like, no. This is what this song is.
This is how you perform that song.
You're on a stage alone in your little heel, walking your little walk and twirling her dress around.
Right.
And her hair's kind of clipped a little bit.
Yes, I was going to say, we got to mention the hair. The hair is sexy.
Yeah.
It's like they just take the wig and they kind of like do a little twist, little clip it up, little Brady thing.
It's like she's somehow they put her in this outfit and I'm like, you're 20.
Yeah.
It's so weird. And it's like kind of an older... Like it's very covered.
Yes, no, totally. But it's very evocative of like when she was like a 23-year-old slinking around in a leotard.
Yeah. And honestly, she does do these like new songs in the set list. When I was watching the live, when this music started is the time when I most was like, like, this is what I wanted. Like, I'm not one of these girls that's like expecting her to play fucking Electric Chapel. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that would be fierce, mother, if you're listening. But like when Love Drug, I was like, oh my God, like I'm going to see Love Drug live. Because that song is...
I know.
So good.
It
timeless.
takes us there.
It's timeless.
Yeah.
And then...
The hits keep coming, mama.
The music to Applause starts. All the dancers are back. And
they look great.
Yeah, she performs Applause.
Her face when the music for Applause starts, there's a cute clip. She is beaming.
Yeah, it's like when she's turning around before she turns back, she's smiling.
It's huge because she knows what's about to happen.
The crowd erupted,
and there's a compilation of like different POVs of the arena where it's like the first couple notes play, and the fucking room goes nuts.
I mean, at the time that she put Applause out, and she was saying this a lot back then, but I think she meant it. She was like, this is like one of my favorite songs I've ever made. And I think it's one of her best songs, easily.
That music video is art.
Yes. Inez Vinud, if you're listening.
Mommy and daddy.
Yes. And yeah, the updated choreo feels true to the spirit of that video and of the original choreo, but I don't know, it just like suits the show better. It suits where she's at now better.
Also, and not to get too into the Richie of it all, but the revamped choreo, and I'm about to say some things that might be a little
go off.
Controversial. The revamped choreo has such an understanding of like endurance and longevity and like being able to excel for 63 dates of this show, you know? It's smart in a way that like, yes, they would alter Richie's choreography for performances and like Gaga wouldn't do everything. She would drop out, just do the arms, yada, yada, yada. But even the dancers, like watching these dancers, it's like they're so in it because they know that they're not going to die. You know, like
totally.
There was just sometimes where it was so much and so 100
they're
at
like
all times
and pouring sweat.
Yeah, and it's like we do see that. Of course, like they go hard, whatever. But it's like I love being able to watch when the performers are like, okay, I know I have the liberty to like make a change here and not do the full blah 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 blah. So I know that I'll go extra hard when we get to this part of the show. And with Richie's choreography, there wasn't time for that.
Right.
Like,
very intense the whole time.
Yeah.
And I think it was like, it's interesting. We just spoke off recording about how at the second show in Vegas, she's talking about like, I knew in the past that I wasn't fully, I don't know how she said it. Like I wasn't.
She says
doing
something along the
my
lines of
best.
like, I want to do the best for you. And I know
Yes.
that hasn't always been the case.
And I think that this is part of it. It's
Yeah.
like altering the choreo in a way that it still honors her legacy and what she made in 2013 with Applause.
but
in
also
the video.
honors like her body,
her body
now.
and the show she wants to put on for 60 dates or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's like important
Well,
and
and-
powerful and what makes a legend.
And this is the part
Yeah.
that's really going to get me in trouble is I feel like I've seen takes of like Beyonce on the Cowboy Carter World Tour where people are like, I'm paying all this money to see this. And it's like there's this weird perception with like these women who have literally given their bodies to
their art to
their art
fans.
and to the culture at large. It's
Yeah.
like they are getting older and, you know, there are professional dancers that retire at 35, you know?
Yeah.
It's like they are doing this thing that is exceptional.
It's hard work.
And for people to have the nerve to be like, oh,
I hate it.
she's not dancing as hard as she used to, blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. And I feel like they almost like got in front of that with Gaga.
I agree. There has not been discourse about that at all.
Because they did it so well. Like Paris, you're incredible and
Yeah.
forever will be famous. Goated. It's just like they avoided that
Yeah.
by altering slowly over time, and also the art of disappearing.
Right.
Gaga goes away for a long time,
Yeah.
and then when she comes back, she's serving this full package of visual,
Right.
dance, vocals, and it's not about the like, oh well, it doesn't look like it used to. You know, it's so about what it is now.
Right. And I feel like we started, and we don't have to make this about Richie at all, but we started seeing this during the Chromatica Ball. And
Yes.
this is why the Chromatica Ball is so important to the Mayhem era, because I think she was like, okay, I'll do it all, but this is how we're doing it. And
Right.
I'm going to be like it was such a controlled performance.
Well, and now look back at that Museum of Brutality.
yeah.
It was just the cold
I know.
stone raw that has
Mhm.
now been carved.
Right. It's so genius. She's a
The
genius.
beauty
She's a genius.
has emerged.
I will die on the hill of Chromatica to Chromatica Ball to Mayhem to the Art of Personal Chaos is like one of the most beautiful narrative arcs of her discography,
Agreed.
because it's all connected in a way that earlier on the culture's fixation and pressure and her fans' pressure to have her like completely transform for every era took away from that arc, even though I can still see it as us as people who do this podcast and are longtime fans. This just feels so clear.
Yeah.
And like, again, just refined, like a refined vision and execution. And then she does Just Dance, one of my favorite songs. She has the little... Yeah, and I guess at this point we should say for Applause and Just Dance, the skirt is off of that look.
Yeah, she's in
and
her
she's
little...
in her little leotard in fishnets. And that was something too where I was like, she's wearing a boot with a heel, fishnets, and a leotard. This is different.
Right.
Like, I don't know, it just really evoked Gaga go-go dancing on the Lower East Side.
Yeah.
Gaga Monster Ball.
Yeah.
Gaga Born This Way Ball even.
Yeah.
And I just really enjoyed it.
And then we roll into Act 4, which is a new act. Every chessboard has 2 queens.
True. And they're sitting right here. She was talking about us.
This act is bonkers,
Mhm.
banana wild.
Mhm.
Gaga emerges in this ringleader-inspired military jacket, fringed Michael Jackson, My Chemical Romance, Black Parade, drag ass look.
Definitely drag.
Drag. With a long black curly wig with a cunty little bang.
Yeah, fascinating. This was one of my wishes that her wigs would like switch
Invert.
colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very like I'm not shading Mother when I say this. this look, it's like every legend has done this
Yes,
look.
yes.
Yeah.
This iteration,
Yes.
the military marching band.
Yeah. So this is her turn.
Right.
And it's real because she's like commanding a bunch of monsters.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, it's very clear that Michael Jackson is important to her and her artistry and her legacy. And I know that she feels like she can't speak about him in the same way that she was able to earlier in her career. But I mean, his influence is seeping, you know?
And exactly. And that's why this kind of aesthetic has been, it's not because of the marching band thing or the military thing. It's because of the Michael thing.
And she comes out singing Shadow of a Man.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It's Michael Jackson drag.
Totally.
Yeah.
And then she does the full version of Kill for Love, which is insane.
And that song. Yeah. Mama.
She said, if you want to listen to this, go to Target.
Bitch.
But yeah, it's funny because she was like making comments on TikTok some months ago, being like, people being like, put this on streaming, and her being like, there's something special about the physical version of an album, and like putting something special there that you can only get in years from now.
Someone will find the vinyl.
Yes. And like hear this song. And then she's like, well, I'll just give it to you live then.
Right. Yeah.
So it's funny. And it did make me think, for whatever reason, this song in particular, because she said that, it made me think like, would Gaga ever do a live album? But I think truthfully for her, the visual is so deeply connected that she would probably do a film first.
Totally.
And I know we got the Chromatica Ball film. I really, not to be greedy, would love this.
I know. Well, it lends itself so beautifully to being captured.
Right.
But it is also so about theater and live performance. I mean, all of her stage shows are, but this one is literally like her performing a performance. You know, like the stage is a stage, like it's that kind of meta. But yes, I do agree that I do think that the visual is so intrinsically tied to her vocal performance that it's like, I don't know if we'd get a live album.
And then the gag of the century. Somebody hands her some sunglasses and a guitar, and all of her dancers are at the back of the stage with this like blinking, I would say, red light. And she performs like half of Summer Boy.
When I saw this, I said, do you know how fucking iconic and gaggy it is for Summer Boy to be the song of the summer in 2025 from your debut album that came out 17 years ago?
Right.
And you throw it in your fucking set list.
And they knew that this was right. It had its biggest streaming day in the last several weeks. They knew that this was happening. And so I think she kind of said, why not? It's a great song. I wrote it.
It's incredible.
And she hasn't performed it in 15 years or something, right?
Someone said Gaga has never performed this song as a blonde.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because maybe you're right. Maybe the last time she performed it was like 2007.
Like Lollapalooza. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might not be true. There might be some like gigs, like one-offs, or like when she was like New Kids on the Block tour or whatever.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But the sentiment is there. But what I also will say about Summer Boy is I feel personally responsible for the Renaissance because Summer Boy has been on my Spotify on repeat in like top tracks of the year since Spotify started doing those top tracks of the year, like your Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah.
That song has been, I think that's probably my most played song on any streaming, like.
And of the songs on the Fame, when we're talking about Mayhem being kind of like an amalgamation of her influences and the way that she has translated them through her art, Summer Boy feels from the Fame the most connected to that.
Clearly connected.
To that, like what we were just saying, electronic, glam, pop, rock, funk thing.
Yeah.
And just seeing her do it, and like all the dancers, there's no choreo, they're just having kiki.
It's so hot.
It's so hot, so fun. And she says, maybe you'll be just my summer girlfriend.
And she says it to China.
Yes.
Who's been a long time house member and dancer.
Yes. And
she said, I see you.
Again, at this point, there's no excuse not to come to our event celebrating 17 years of the Fame. And this is why.
We will be writhing.
Yes.
In a red light.
Yes. Honestly,
Yes.
I'm like writing this down.
I might be playing guitar.
Oh my God, imagine. We learned guitar before
I was
then.
like, low key, I'm like, what if we just performed Summer Boy with a live band?
Literally, cut the track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound check for one song.
And just Kill for Love into Summer Boy. Perfect. Her newest album, a bonus track, followed by her debut album, the closing track. Girl, what? She's insane. And then she does Born This Way after that.
Which is like, whoa. Yeah, that's where the things go off the rails, but in the best way.
Yes. And it's like, the thing is, she could put Born This Way anywhere in the set list. It's her, you know, she's always said it's the most important song she's ever written.
Miss Judy is on her feet.
Yeah. I mean, Cynthia was like, she had her hair up at this point, her blazer off. She was swinging in the air.
The P-Flag moms were out.
Yes. And it's such a beautiful rendition in this show, I think. Like, there's something different about it. She does.
It's a little fierce.
Yeah.
It's a little fierce and fun, and less like battle cry, like dying on this hill, and more
it's
like
more of like a dance track,
and more of like, so what if we like.
Right.
We already fucking won.
Right. And it's not like her. Yeah. Because I guess in the original, it's like she's doing that song as she's making her way to the piano.
Right.
Where it's like, we know that Born This Way is this hybrid ballad dance track.
Right.
So it has almost always in her tours, except when it was like a single and she was promoting it, it's always like been the song that transitions into or out of the piano moment. It's always around that. And we're getting there. But I guess while she's finishing Born This Way, the Mistress of Mayhem comes out and is in the like cage dress at the back of the stage.
Yes. And she's in the Abra look, right? The opening. Yeah.
And
which that bone collar.
Yeah. So beautiful. And freaky.
So freaky and beautiful.
And I don't really remember, maybe you do, like how she gets.
I feel like I was still in like Summer Boy of it all. And mind you, I didn't watch live. And I've only seen like clips and bits, but I was like fully working and like just like peeking at my phone when I could.
I don't know. Maybe then she starts Million Reasons.
Well, it's this weird like organ situation that happens. And there's the cloak, right? They put the cloak on her, the sparkly cape cloak.
So she's like at the end of the runway looking back at the Mistress of Mayhem in the cage, and she sings Million Reasons walking back to her, and she's gesturing up at this lady.
Yeah.
And then the curtains open, the mistress comes down, and they're at the gates of the cage.
Right.
And like holding, then they're holding each other,
right?
And they're like kind of reconciling is the idea.
Yes.
And there's like this, you know, funny moment. To me, it's funny as camp where they're like in each other's faces, and Gaga's like pointing at her, being like, "You're giving me a million." Yeah, it's just so.
Good one.
It's just
it's
so
like, what? How did
Million Reasons?
And that's where it's like, wait, how did we get here? But then it's also like, oh, of course.
All of her like love songs can be translated to songs to herself,
about herself, and also that period of her time could be the genesis of that Mistress of Mayhem. Like that period of her life is where and it was like my artistry, and what is the most important to me is ripping my life in two. There's this splintering between the public and the private, the personal and the performance. Like,
and I guess
she lost
instead of
a real, true, deep love that she felt she was able to connect in a way as Stephanie, but still with...
She couldn't keep it at bay. The performative drag, we'll call it drag, but like theater aspect of who she is, because even the regular girl, Stephanie girl, Joanne girl was performing. And I think that she only realized that later. Yeah. Like, because she was really in it.
Yeah.
Because she's committed.
And she did it to herself a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Insane.
But also, the Million Reasons, the people thinking like they're hearing that like ominous organ music and being like, this is the moment Marry the Night is happening.
Yeah.
And then bam, Million Reasons.
I really thought that too.
I'm not mad vocally.
I'm not mad at it. It's crazy. And the tone is different.
The tone is different. It's the Phantom of the Opera version.
Yes, exactly. And so Gaga and the Mistress of Mayhem, the stage opens.
Gaga and Miss Thing.
Gaga and whoever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
The bitch she wanted to kill 2 minutes ago. They wanted to kill her.
And maybe they killed each other. Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, they're making their way to the underworld.
Yes.
And they're getting on the boat.
Yes, a boat appears from below the stage. And
the chariot,
the
if you will.
tiles of the runway look like water. And Gaga
Which I'm
has
assuming
her hooded cape on.
River Styx vibes.
Yes. And she starts singing good old Shallow.
Which Shallow on a boat is so funny.
Yes.
So funny.
So funny. Like
you thought
she was
Shallow
like,
as Gaga as a bug was funny, bitch. She said, we're going literal.
Right. She's like, I know they want to hear this. We're going to do it while I'm entering the underworld with my sinister inner saboteur.
My inner sabotina.
Yes. And she sings it completely differently.
Yeah.
That's also what's so impressive. People are singing along the song they know from the radio, from the movie A Star Is Born, and she's giving us a different harmonization.
Yeah, it's the Phantom of the Opera. This little theater opera Andrew Lloyd Webber ass section of the show is so funny.
Yeah.
Because it is different than what just happened 10 minutes before.
Yeah.
But it is the same act. And we talked about this, how we were like, it did feel like this kind of, I don't know, non sequitur, but then it also would be not the same if there was an interlude for her to change or it just it had to keep going and they just kind of made it work.
Right.
But it did feel the look especially, we wanted one other element or for the tassels to be removed from the bodysuit for them to attach something
it took away from the beautiful cape to me and hood. Seeing the marching band Michael Jackson Gaga in that was oh, and she still has the long black hair, but no complaints.
It could have been as simple as they take the tassels off her and they put her in a chemise.
Yes.
A very Marie Antoinette, the underclothes from the opera dress. The mistress is in the full look and Gaga's in the underclothes.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing. It's kind of fans have to pick their battles. It's would you want this to be a whole other act and lose 2 songs from the set list? But we all wanted more and different songs from Art Pop Joint, other albums, and we got them.
Right.
So.
And Tom, you made a good point when we were talking off mic about the pace and how it felt so good for it to be a good chunk of performance
songs.
Of her
We're just
on
getting
stage.
Songs. She's not disappearing.
She's not running away every 2 seconds. She's doing a run.
Yeah, totally. And the piano, they're making their way to the piano, which is familiar from The Art of Personal Chaos. It's the bare bones, whatever.
The upright, the skeletal system of the piano.
And she finishes Shallow and gets up there and she's on the piano. She does a speech at this point where she, I think, is kind of just thanking everyone for being there. And it doesn't feel as mechanical as the Chromatica Ball, which she said the same thing every night, show. But it's not super gushy or anything, which is surprising then because the next Vegas show she changed it and she was I'm going to be doing this when I'm 80.
A very emotional speech.
Yes, and seemed to be on the verge of tears almost.
Well, so I guess there was a technical issue with Die With a Smile, and she had to restart the song. And so she gave that speech and she was I always want to be better. I always want to be the best. I try to sleep at night and I lie there and I think about my performances and blah, 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 blah. So it came from because she restarted the song.
Yeah.
Because she was trying to make it work, but the band and her were just not.
Yeah.
And she just was she stopped and then everyone started cheering and clapping and she got emotional and she was
the piano moment we always talk about is such an important moment of a Gaga show. And I think my only complaint with these changes is that it doesn't feel like that full moment in this set because she plays a couple of chords of Die With a Smile doing Bruno's verse and also is singing it in a completely different way than the recorded track, which is beautiful and impressive. And then the band comes in.
Right.
So we don't really get a full piano moment. And one of my favorite things on a Gaga tour is when she takes one of the hits and says, we're taking everything out of it.
Yeah, we're stripping
especially
it back.
When it's an electronic or dance song that she's, but that's okay. I'm just glad that she gets out there and is like, has a moment to like sit down and like
Right.
say something.
Yeah.
Because that's really what the piano moment's about.
Right.
So,
Connecting in that way.
yeah. And
But I do wish that piano moment was a little bit longer and there was like another song in there.
Yeah.
Just like a
And
pure
actually,
piano song.
I actually might be wrong. I think she goes basically right into Die With a Smile because she speaks after Die With a Smile before Vanish Into You, which again is another one where she starts at the piano but then is walking around.
Which, incredible,
Yes.
beautiful.
Insane.
Love that that's become
the thing.
Yeah.
I saw your face on my...
Ooh.
Oh. I'm like, redacted. I'm cutting that. But yeah, Die With a Smile, Vanish Into You, Shallow. Honestly, 3 of her best.
Yeah, I mean, hits, mama, hits.
And I mean, like, let's read back through
it's
this.
the wedding recap.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is one act. Shadow of a Man, Kill for Love, Summer Boy, Born This Way, Million Reasons, Shallow, Die With a Smile, Vanish Into You. What the hell? Like, iconic. Like, let's see. What is that? That's Mayhem Deluxe, Target Edition, The Fame, Born This Way, Joanne, A Star Is Born soundtrack, Die With a Smile, which is Mayhem, but also like a standalone single, and then Vanish Into You, which is like the song.
Yeah.
So it's insane.
It is insane.
She's crazy.
Yeah. That whole act, bonkers.
Yes. And I'm going to implode during this act.
Oh, yeah.
The overwhelm.
Well, I'll be half in the
whiplash.
bag at this
Yes.
point. You'll be
Whiplash.
holding me up because I'll be trashed.
Yeah. Oh, God, it's going to be so fun. And then the finale, Eternal Aria of the Monster Heart. We do know that she does Bad Romance again, coming on the table. And in that iconic fecal matter creation.
Though,
let's get into it.
Freddie, we love you.
Yeah.
We know what we're doing here. We love the self-reference. We love the black and the white, the blonde and the dark, the hair bow turned up to 1,000,000. But the look is so iconic with the headpiece that it just feels wrong for Gaga to be out there without it. It just does not hit in the same way. And this look feels like it is equally as important to the show to me as like the red opera curtain opening look. Like,
absolutely.
And to just see it with this wig that like the wig is cool on its own.
Yeah.
But like it just feels like it's like the wrong head on that body.
I know. I think there's something about it for me, like speaking just from like a compositional perspective, where it's like the scale of the hands and then the wig don't make sense.
It's like the height isn't enough on the wig.
Right.
Even though if she was just wearing that wig with anything else, it'd be like, oh, that's a crazy big hair bow. That's probably the biggest we've ever seen.
It's not my favorite thing in the world.
It just was kind of
and
a
I have a
disappointment.
feeling it will change.
I hope.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's like Bad Romance. People are losing their minds at this point. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But
the wig is cool, but it's just not for this look.
Yeah. I almost just wish it was like the headpiece with then a black wig.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. A short black wig.
Yeah. It was an interesting
or a short
choice.
blonde bob.
But they wanted to, like, I guess what I'm thinking is like, I understand that in the first act, like you said, we're keeping this iconic, gaggy moment where I'm up in this giant dress structure and that's all the same except for this wig is slightly different, but it's still a short little black wig.
Right.
So I thought maybe here they would understand that this look is just as iconic and maybe the wig would change slightly, but this is like a big left for me.
Or like maybe they tried to put the headpiece on with the wig and they were like, no, it's fine. And then they're regretting it.
Yeah.
But maybe the headpiece got damaged or something. Like maybe there's a reason why it's not there, but it feels like it's missing.
Yeah. And what else was missing at the end of the show was How Bad Do You Want Me? That song was taken out of The Art of Personal Chaos.
Or so we thought.
But the lights stay low and the LED screen turns on and we see Gaga beneath the staging with, I think it was like somebody maybe like setting a little powder around her nose or something.
It's like her quick change area.
Yeah, she has like a beanie, sunglasses on. She's putting her like cramps oversized T-shirt on.
Yeah.
All her dancers are back there in their Mayhem Ball merch, the Vanish into UT. And she starts singing How Bad Do You Want Me? And so it was funny because the credits played on the screen already.
Right.
So it was like, this is like after the show,
Right,
after the spectacle.
Right.
And then she ends up coming out on stage.
Yeah, it's the little encore.
Yeah. And she's in her comfies and singing How Bad Do You Want Me? And there's kind of like a little, you can't see her eyes because she has sunglasses on, but it feels tongue in cheek in a way.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's almost like an awareness that like narratively maybe this song doesn't make sense in the art of personal chaos, but it's a great song to end the night on and sing along to and be like, here I am.
How bad do you want me?
Yeah, the person behind Gaga, who I killed on the chessboard, Gaga, who is the main character of this show, Gaga, who is the mistress of mayhem. But this is me.
Yeah.
And this is like who I'm going home as.
Yeah.
As you guys go home.
Right.
And yeah, that girl in your head ain't real. That's what she said.
Yeah. And it's like that song is taking on such new meaning in this context where it is this kind of like meta tongue in cheek where it's like, scream for me.
Yeah.
Like, I'll come out and sing again. How bad do you want me?
Yeah. Yeah. And then the dancers come out and everyone's dancing a little bit and does their bows, and the mistress of mayhem gets her flowers.
Yes.
She's like a main character in the show. And then they're doing their bows for this first show to the track Art Pop, which is insane.
Incredible.
It's playing and she's, blowing kisses. And then I heard that last night at the second show it was Sex Dreams
and
that
she
was
like
playing.
Sang and danced to it.
Yeah. Which is interesting.
I know. I'm like, what song are we going to get?
I know.
If it's a different song every night.
If it's not Marry the Night, I will.
Yeah, right.
Bleep.
Well, okay. So the show that gets Marry the Night.
Yeah.
She's going to have to perform it.
I mean,
she's going to have to come out like she did in the Born This Way ball.
That's
fucked up in her little Versace robe,
kimono. Yeah.
And just wailing.
Yeah. I don't know. This is such a great way to incorporate this song, especially because I think probably like from a business standpoint, not to be, little manager, but I feel like this is a smart way to sort of be like, to keep testing it as this thing.
Like, it could be a single. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, let's like keep giving it its moment, especially knowing that this is a moment where she'll probably wear something slightly different.
Right.
Whereas in the main show, she won't change her costumes. Like, she might perform it slightly differently.
Right.
The dancers might be wearing different things. Who knows? Like, it's something, an area where she can play.
It is play. Yeah.
It makes each show
and it's
feel
a peek behind the curtain.
Right. Instead of like pushing it as like a global smash single, making it more of like a
fan
song. What did she wear during How Do You Want Me?
Yeah.
How Bad Do You Want Me? At your show.
Right.
It's like, oh, she wore the Cramps shirt. She wore like the black oversized vest or whatever.
And it's such like a great like arena song.
Yeah.
Like
a little sing along.
Yeah.
I think it like turns the vibes in a different way and everyone goes home safely instead of like, it's like come down. It's cute. It's cute. So what were our notes? We talked about the wig at the end. It didn't love her. Otherwise, no notes.
And we wish there was a different costume situation for the long act, the bonkers. The boat.
And I'll say this just from like a musical standpoint. I do wish there was another Born This Way song on this set list.
Yeah.
I think, what do we get? A little Bloody Mary at the top, Little Judas, all of Born This Way, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it feels like Born This Way and Mayhem are different expressions of similar influences.
Totally.
So it would be fun. I'm like, I would love You and I instead of Million Reasons.
Or Edge of Glory at the piano.
Yeah,
I'm always
totally.
a sucker.
Or Hair.
Hair.
Oh, and you know me, I just said it earlier, Electric Trouble. But I do think You and I could serve the same narrative purpose that Million Reasons does when she's like walking back toward the mistress and being like reconciling with her.
Right.
Like at the end of the day, it's just you and I. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm like, House?
I'm
writing a letter.
Also, not that it's about this, but I do think it's worth mentioning that 6 of the major publications that cover live performances, Variety, USA Today, Billboard, The Sun, Rolling Stone, and L'Officiel, all gave The Art of Personal Chaos 5 out of 5 stars.
Yes. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
And it's also, there's something about it where it doesn't, it's a spectacle. It's very impressive, but it's not like this high tech, overly complicated.
It's theater.
Nonsense.
It's theater.
Right. And I think she's kind of reclaiming that in a world where these tours
are getting more and more elaborate.
Crazy. And we saw that starting with her for the Chromatic Ball. She didn't really change up her looks at all. The stage was very simple.
Yeah.
She's like, this is about the my performance, my dancer's performance, the musical performance by the band.
Something that I was thinking about yesterday when I knew that we were going to get together and record today is how crazy it is that, every Gaga live tour opens with like an iconic silhouette moment.
Yeah.
That's like been something that's
totally.
And, to me, it's like she is thinking about how do I always provide that moment for the fans that know and love me. But to some fans right now, this Abracadabra Opera House is the first
I know
that they've ever seen.
I know.
Which is insane to me because it feels like such like a maturation of this concept of her in some sort of structure or like confined by something or like the silhouette. And it's like an evolution of the idea, but it's also the first time that like young new Gaga fans are even being introduced to, and that's their first like iconic
I
image.
think about this all the time because you and I are always talking about Gaga and we always have been as friends and we've been fans of hers in a similar way for so long. And many of our friends were signing on to Gaga very young as well in the early stages of her career, just based on our age. And then I am online reading comments and it's like people being like, been here since Joanne.
Right.
I was 16 when Chromatica came out and it changed my life and this is insane. Like I forget, like we know she's an icon, we know she's a legend, but I think I forget what that means, which means like the generational longevity of her work. People do, like kids doing deep dives into like watching AA Nothing Else I Can Say for the first time and being like, this is Lady Gaga, like crazy. They've never heard that song. And for us it's like something we joke about because
there was
a
cute clip going around, people being like, new music when she did the verse of Aura. And it's like, well,
crazy. And I think that's like, it's these kinds of artists that like, I mean, we had them probably, definitely as kids as well, where it's like, I remember hearing Madonna for the first time and doing a deep dive, or like hearing Britney for the first time and doing like, what else has she done?
Also to contextualize too, it's like Gaga is like, we grew up with
that's why it's different for us.
And so it's different. It just is a really awesome, kick-ass, powerful show and such a wonderful display of all of her myriad of talents
and tweaked just enough to make it different, and special in its own way, but still like maintaining the roots of that incredible cultural moment that was her debuting this at Coachella.
And like we said then when we talked about it, it really is the quintessential perfect Lady Gaga show. Like, put this in the time capsule.
It's a lot of ideas that have been distilled and refined.
Well, and there's so many like Easter eggs too for like visually for people that have been paying attention and sonically too. I mean, it just feels like a very fully realized version of these ideas that, people online have been talking about. There are parts of this that almost feel like they are inspired by the original idea for the Applause VMA performance with the kind of like classicism, the red, the black,
multiple Gagas,
the white, the multiple Gagas, the opera, these are ideas that she's been messing with and playing with. And now it's like, oh, it all is like everything, the groundwork has been laid for her to like make her like opus.
You can tie many ideas in this show back to each of her tours so far. Clear lines, and some that are, like you said, more beneath the surface, which is fun. And this ended up being a long episode. So if you got to the end, props to ya. Props to ya, mama.
Props to ya.
And yeah, get a ticket to our event August 16th at Color Club. Link in our Instagram bio. And we'll see you at the Mayhem Ball, bitch. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Let you